Time flies. I guess the biggest message is I hear a lot of like fear that he's not remembered. He's everywhere. I don't go through a day without something popping up that makes me think of him.
I mean, I can't believe it's been 10 years since he's been gone. He was just all around just a great kid, a great friend, and I'm happy that I could say that, in the short time that I was friends with him, that, he was a part of my life.
What he meant to me was just, I never had a brother, and like that was my brother. And I just miss him. Like he was pretty much everything I needed in the most important years of my life.
It's unfair that he was taken from us so early, but the time that he was here, he had a huge impact on every single person that he came in contact with. I know that for a fact.
I think I speak for all his friends when I say, like, he's probably one of the biggest influences in my life. Like, you look at where he could have gone and you try to model yourself after, where you are now.
He balanced everything in his life extremely well. He was a great student, he was a great baseball player, he was a great drummer. And I think at that age, it's hard to stay on top of that many different things, to be that diverse and to be that focused on so many different things and to excel at every single thing that he did. And I always admired that. He was a great friend, and he was always easy to be around.
High school is hard enough without all that kind of crap going on around you, and Timmy was just like my rock. I felt safe, like when I was with him, when I was at the Cotter's house in the basement, just jamming out. We were playing baseball together. There was numerous times where Timmy almost got thrown out of games, sticking up for me. And having that from the time you're like 11 or 12 all the way up until he passed away, those are the years where you're really kind of on your own, afloat out there in the middle of nothing. And because of him, I felt like I knew where I was.
If I can remember anything the best, it would be his laugh. I remember that loud, boisterous, just full from the gut laugh. It would fill a room like it was impossible to not smile when you saw him smiling.
You have to step back and think about what his passing actually meant, and like what kind of person he was and what influence he had on me and what would he be doing. The biggest thing about that guy is, like, I envied the hell out of him. He partied with the rest of us, he played music, he played ball with the rest of us, he had as much fun as the rest of us, but when it came down to school, when it came down to, his degree, all that stuff, he nailed it.
And he's the reason why we're doing all this shit this year, so thank you very much for coming out. I hope that was all right for you guys. Thank you.
On the drum set, he was a hardcore kid. He really was. I guess you wouldn't think from knowing him as a friend that he would be that much of a beast on a drum set. He killed it. He definitely had the beat in his soul.
He picked up a new set. He got like new gear and just started killing it. Like we would play our stuff for people, and he just had this, like, he was intense. Like when he was actually playing, like he was intense, man. And he just kind of, he fed off of it. I had so much fun. Like we would come out of that basement dying. Like I'd be so spent. He'd be just shot. His cymbals were just dented. Stuff was all over the place. There was points where I put my guitar, accidentally through the ceiling of the basement. Sorry, guys. But we went at it, man, and that was like the release, because we were, you know, neck deep in sports and and academics and all this other crap going on in our lives, and we got in that basement, man. It was just like the switch went on, and he just killed it.
Play anything. I mean, he really could. It was he definitely had a good groove. I don't remember any time that we practiced or we played where he ever really missed a beat. You know, he was always like everything else that he did. He was passionate about his drumming. I owe him, you know, what I am as a guitar player today. He definitely escalated my skills to a whole nother level.
You know, there was just an excitement. Like, music made everything so much more exciting, like when we were gonna see each other. And you know, as we got older, like hanging out and outside of the practice space, it was sitting in cars listening to music and having conversations over the music we were listening to. That just, it brought, like, I've never been that close to anybody. And the music was definitely the basis for all that.
If I could say anything to the Cotters, you guys should know that you did a great job. You brought a beautiful person into this world, and I'm blessed to say that, you know, I considered him a friend, and I still consider him a friend.
It would be awesome if, you know, I could grab a beer with him and just be like, hey man, like, you know, I got the job, like, you know, he's missed very much. And everything that I do, you know, I try to, at this point, make him proud. I still to this day try to emulate today the kind of person that he was back then. And I can only hope that, you know, he's up there looking down on us, and he's proud of what we've become today. If I ever have a son, like, that's what I want to, like, model my son after. Like, that's what I try to model myself after. And I just he's not forgotten. I don't think that's ever anything that you have to worry about. He's remembered by a lot of very good people, and he's made those people good people just by being here for the brief time he was on Earth.
He was a person that I would have liked to model my life after. You know, he was good at everything he did, and you know, I to this day I try and live my life and pursue the things that I want to do with my life with the same passion and the same intensity that he had. So, in that respect, he's a great motivator for me and what I'm trying to do with my life.
His passing at this point to me is you know, means like peace. Like, you know, he did everything on Earth that he was meant to do. He helped me figure out what the hell I was doing with my life.
I'll never forget him, and I know that anybody that ever interacted with him will never forget him. He has definitely, in the short time he was here, left behind a legacy.